Hey girl, welcome to the Farmhouse Scullery, where I share inspirational conversations for a homesteading wife. Content tailored for you to get you to feel inspired, empowered, and motivated to fall in love with yourself more. You can find me on all socials with the handle at the Farmhouse Scullery. Please keep on listening for today's rant. Hey beautiful ladies, I'm so glad to have you back here for another episode. I was having a think today about where I've come from and what my transformations has been, and I was reflecting on probably what I think is one of my biggest transformations, which is actually around my self-worth and what I used to believe and how I used to feel and how that used to make me act with my confidence, not just outwardly, but also inwardly. I was just absolutely in awe of, I guess, the different person that I am now. And I was like, wow, I'm so proud and excited to be able to know it was always possible for me and that I'm on the other side now. And, you know, like, it's not hindsight's a beautiful thing, but just the elation on the other side of the work and of the fence. I can't believe that I ever thought it wouldn't be worth it. And it's obviously applicable for so many different things as well, like that basic saying. But just how I feel now and how much confidence I have. I honestly want to cry. Like, I have tears in my eyes thinking about it now as to how it's transformed my life. I have gone from being scared to talk to strangers or to open up to anyone except the nearest and dearest to me. Like, I've always been an open book to people that really know me. But I used to be afraid to, you know, when you see the old lady putting her stuff, I always think of this because this was such a big thing for me. I used to always see the old lady at the supermarket unloading her stuff into the car, like her groceries, right? I used to always see her and want to go and help her with her groceries, but I was always too scared to go and do it because I had no confidence. Like, how stupid is that? I let myself not do something nice for someone that I really wanted to do just because I was not comfortable with the skin I was in. I was not comfortable with what I believed about myself, with my self-worth, and it was, oh my gosh. And now I'm the person I always do these things. I can't stop. And I'm literally pouring my life out on social media to help other women because I'm like, I can't live like this anymore. I can't go through what I've gone through, see this transformation in my life totally flip me up on my inside out. It's insane. And not share this. I can't. I feel so called to share this for you to know that it can be for you as well, for you to know and learn how to change these things for you. So my walk went a little like this. I was outside one night looking at the stars, having a smoke. Yes, I used to smoke. And just contemplating life, just de-stressing, was just chilling, you know, just took some time just for myself. And this thought came into my head that I had no self-worth. And I just freaked out. I was like, oh wow, that's a big thought. And I have no idea what to do with it. So do you know what I did? Nothing. I just chucked it back in its little file and threw it back into the back of my mind thinking, I just honestly have no idea how I'm going to deal with that. Like, what do you even do about that? It was such an ugly, horrible mess, and I didn't know what I was meant to be doing with that. I just thought it would be something that I would live with to the day I died. And then a few months later, I was doing a course called Soulful Business Academy, which was helping me launch the Farmhouse Scullery food blog at the time. And one of the activities was to message 20 people or ask 20 people what your top 3 qualities were. And I had the most amazing response I could have. I had everyone reply to me for a start, which I hadn't even. Little me, who had no self-worth, thought that no one would even be bothered to reply. Reading those, I had this huge deflection. I was like, oh wow, that I honestly wanted to reply to everyone. That's amazing. Thank you so much, but you must be mistaking me for someone else because that's not me. I couldn't accept these compliments. I was so in such deflection mode. I couldn't even let compliments penetrate me. When I asked these people what my 3 best qualities were, I couldn't even accept them. So the next morning I sat down to write down all of these things to compile them all, and for my course, just thinking, okay, we'll carry on with my course. And as I was writing them down, so 17 of 20 people wrote that I was kind. And at that point, I was like, yeah, I think I am kind. Yeah. And I was like, but wait, 17 of 20 people who had 3 things to say about me picked 1 word. That is a huge, overwhelming response that people think I'm kind. And then I was like, oh yeah, but that time I didn't message my girlfriend, or this time that I literally lost it at my son, half an hour ago, or whatever it was. I was thinking of all these things that I had failed in. And I realized in that moment that I had a failure mindset. I was always thinking of the things that I could have done or need to do, rather than accepting the things that I have done, because you're not going to be perfect. We've all said this, we've all heard it, we're not perfect. But for some reason, I literally had this standard in my head that unless I was perfect, I couldn't be kind. I just want to shake myself and that is a belief. I was believing that I was failing. I was believing that I wasn't good enough. It just ruled my life. So because I was believing that I wasn't good enough, because I was believing I couldn't do it all, because I was believing that I'm never going to measure up, of course I had no self-worth. Why would I ever believe I have self-worth? In that moment, I had to decide, okay, so firstly, these people are saying these things. I need to be able to accept it. I need to not deflect it. So I was like, okay, so if I have a failure mindset, let's go back. So I'm believing this thing. So I had to remove that belief. Not that I didn't have the full understanding of the whole cycle of what you believe is what you think, and what you think is how you feel, and how you feel is how you act. I didn't realize there was a cycle at the time, but that's literally what I did, is I had to remove those beliefs that I was a failure and that I never got things done. So I had this huge emotional response of flooding with these 20 people saying 3 nice things each. It was a huge flood of information, of all these amazing compliments that is what enabled me to rewire my subconscious, to reteach myself what's actually true about myself. So what I believed became something new, which was that I am kind, that I am generous, and all of these amazing things that people had said to me. And would you guess what? Suddenly I had confidence. I went from believing that I have no self-worth to replacing it with I am kind and I am generous. Those were my now thoughts. So I was able to believe that I am a good person and that I'm not failing. So my beliefs became I am successful. I am a kind person. I do things that I set out to do. And that changed my thoughts, and it changed how I felt about myself, which was my self-worth. And then guess what? I started acting different. I started having confidence. I was able to help the people that I wanted to in my physical life, and I was able to reach out to the people online because I suddenly have confidence to do it because I changed my beliefs. So girl, if you have low self-worth, no self-worth, low confidence, no confidence, go back to what you're believing. Because if you change what you believe, it will change everything in your life.
So that's it for today's episode. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you'd like to continue the conversation, I would love to. You can jump across to my Facebook page at the Farmhouse Gallery. At the moment, I also have a promotion going with my website. The first 400 people to sign up to my newsletter get my very special and protected, secretive chocolate cake recipe. It's been highly requested because I actually used to sell cakes as a business. So if you'd like to go across there and please subscribe here, that would be awesome. Until next time, take care.